Hello everyone, today in this video we'll fight against the atmosphere of our world around us, and today we will just talk about some ideas that our leftist elites have for people who actually uh, agree with them or simply succumb to them. Succumb is a better word. And these ideas in terms of employment are as follows, are very simple because leftists nowadays would like to have people employed only in state-run administration because it's easy to control, it's easy to brainwash and make everyone thinking the same or at least try. Either they want people to be employed in big corporations to work for their financial donors. So many big corporations. Why big corporations? Because we would say, this is a top of capitalism and so on. No, 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 no. As experience says, big corporations like Google and others have the same problems, exactly the same problems like the corporations of socialist regimes that were state owned. What I mean by that? It's simple. Overemployment, bad management, not efficient spending of money, actually mismanagement and wasting of a lot of resources, employing useless people or employing people on unproductive positions, clans inside these companies that are supporting each other, supporting other clan members, employing friends, family members, and so on. So extreme nepotism, and in big companies, regardless of their model, is it state owned or so-called private, but if it's big corporation, every corporation has such problem, especially big one, because in case of small companies, small enterprises, everyone who is employed, or actually yes, everyone, not almost everyone, should do something that helps in gaining profits, because small companies, they do not have enough money to spend for useless workers or for political officers like this all workers who work in these offices of equality, equity, and other crap. So this socialist political correctness. So small company doesn't have money for this political officers, let's call these people by their name, because they do not produce anything, they do not produce any income, they do not produce any profits, so they simply consume. And only big corporations that in most cases have contracts with the state, because these are public money, so money from our taxes are the easiest money to get to if you are a big company and to spend. Smaller companies have not so many opportunities to get such contracts from the state, and it rarely happens. So they do not have enough money to spend it for useless people. That's it. And big corporations, many of them want to have also society divided by the employment into two groups: either administration of the states of the state or the worker of big corporation, because then it's easy to shape these people and rule them. People who have their own capital and they can create something that make their living sustainable, and they can give work to some people, appropriate number, as much as possible, are really dangerous for the socialist system that really likes big corporations. And big corporations also like socialist system, because socialist, it's obvious, give them monopolies. We should remember from the history that big consortium of German chemical companies, IG Farben, supported National Socialist. Why? Not because some of them did, but not all of them believed all of this Ariosophy and all of these racist theories that National Socialist ideologies like Rosenberg were spreading around, these guys from this IG Farben consortium wanted to have access to the European market. And the National Socialist Party, when it was ruling the Germany and the conquests were going well, were still giving the same privileges and the same legislation for big corporations, especially German chemical industry, in all of the conquered countries. So their market was expanding, and everywhere there was a unified market and there was no competition. So socialists, when they rule, they eliminate competition for the big business, which is supporting them, giving them access to the market they really desire with no competition. And the market is as regulated as this company want because they are privileged on this market, and only so socialists give to such big companies market with no competitors and the unified market. So that is why big companies also today for long, especially IT branch, were and some of them are still supporting socialist parties and social parties thinking in a socialist mode because they love monopolies and they do not like competition, and only monopoly can eliminate the competition. And socialists, for because of the ideological reasons, because they want to have all people looking the same, doing the same, and being not independent. If you are working in a big corporation, you are not independent. You are one of many, like an insect in the swarm, and the same works for the administration. That is why socialists like big corporations. Another reason why they like big corporation is that big corporation finance them. So they give monopoly to big corporations when they actually start ruling in another country. So we should learn from the history and realize that big corporations, big companies, doesn't matter if they are state owned or private, if they are too big, they have the same problems, and they are really one big parasitic body on the body of nation that privatizes the profit and socializes the costs of getting these profits. All the best. Have a nice day. Bye.